Welcome to the Mystery Mouse Knitting Podcast. My name is Holly, and I'm coming to you from a very snowy, cold Colorado today, where I live with my husband and my 5 kids and our many pets. And I'm so happy to be recording again today. I'm trying to keep to a new twice monthly schedule. So I have a cat who wants to join me today. This is Ginger. She is 16 years old and very grumpy, but she's our oldest pet. So, but she loves to sit on my lap. She's very sweet. So I have 3 projects, I think, that I want to talk to you about, 3 works in progress. I don't have any finished objects to show today, but I did knit a baby surprise jacket for one of my friends who had a baby. And I just wanted to talk about that for just a second. The baby surprise jacket is in this book. It's by Elizabeth Zimmerman. And if you've never knitted a baby surprise jacket, I highly recommend it. It is very enjoyable. Here is some pictures of what baby surprise jackets look like. It's an all-in-one knitted sweater. And the amazing thing about the baby surprise jacket is that it's in this weird shape, and you just knit it with decreases and increases, and then you fold it a certain way, and it, voila, becomes a sweater. But before you fold it, it doesn't look like, I'll just show you the, this is the schematic, and it just is an amazing, it's an amazing pattern and one of Elizabeth Zimmerman's most popular patterns. So I don't know if you can get this somewhere else. I'll look online and see if you can buy this just as a PDF pattern, but this is a great book too, especially if you are the kind of knitter that loves to sort of follow a recipe and not necessarily an entire pattern, but you just kind of want to understand the concepts of different types of sweaters and different shapes, and kind of an old-fashioned way of knitting that was very, very cutting edge when she was doing this in the 60s and 70s, I would say, is when she was really big. But anyway, I did knit that. So that took, I was really focused on that. I had to get that done because it was for a baby shower, and then the baby wore it home from the hospital, which was so sweet. So I knit it in fingering weight yarn on size 4 needles, and it came out very small. And the wonderful thing about this kind of pattern too, it's all in garter stitch. So if you change your yarn weight and change your needle size, the size of your garment obviously will change also. So I have actually knitted, when my girls were little, I knitted a baby surprise jacket in worsted. I think it was in Lion brand wool ease, just worsted. And it came out to be like a 2 or 3T size sweater. And so you can easily kind of adjust, you know, without having to change any of the numbers or anything. So that was really neat. And I love knitting those. That is my go-to baby sweater project. So while I was knitting on that, I sort of took a break from everything else. But I have been working on, or since my last podcast, I have worked on my, oh great, I'm dropping stitches. My Knitting McPurley Everywhere sweater. This is the Everywhere sweater by Devon Scissors, and it's in bulky weight and mohair. Let me show you the yarn. Here's the yarn. It's falling apart. So I dyed this. I just dyed a red for myself to knit a red sweater. It's a cardigan, and I wish it was easier to show. It's on a circular needle, and it's really too big for its circular needle, and it's very slippery. But I have like a row and a half before I separate for the sleeves. So I would really like to get to that point because it's all over twisted rib, and I love the fabric it's making. It's so squishy. I have my progress keeper. So I think this is about where I was, or somewhere over here where I was last time. So it's more than doubled. And I love the feel of this. It's so soft. It's going to be so comfortable and nice to wear. So I would really like to get to the point where I split for the sleeves so that I can just go down the body. And I'll have to do the sleeves, but you know, it's not going to be that bad because this is very bulky weight. This is knit on size 10.5 needles. And, but you know, it's constantly increasing because it's a raglan shape. So it's increasing here and on the back and here and on the back. And, it's just like almost too big for my needle. I have to really squish it around, but I don't want to change it because what's the point? I'm going to be, you know, getting rid of a whole bunch of sleeve stitches really soon. So anyway, I'm really enjoying that. And I'm going to be taking this when I go to the Knitting McPurley knitting retreat next weekend. So I want to take this to work on because I'm sure it's not going to be done. And really, the main reason it's not going to be done is because I have stopped knitting everything else right now because I am working really hard on finishing my Advent wrap. This is the Victorian bookshelf wrap. This is my my pattern that I designed for my Advent calendar this last year. And I want to have this done as a sample for the knitting retreat, and also because I want to get the pattern out. So as you can see, I think last time I talked about it, I had just done a couple of rounds of the border, and I really put this border off a long time because I thought it's going to take forever. It's so many stitches. It's like 800, 900 stitches, depending on what row you're on. And I was very concerned about, I don't know, just being able to get it done. But I am on row, I think on the lace chart, there's 28 rows, something like that. And I'm on like row 17 or 18. So I think I'm going to make it. So this is what it looks like. I'm trying to show. This is also getting a little too big for its needle. But I'm going to press on because it's not that it's too big, but you do have to kind of move it around. It's quite long, and I cannot wait to get this done. It still looks like a bag. It's a bigger bag, but it's still a bag. And I love how this color turned out. This was my Christmas Day color. It is like a really nice pinky red burgundy. It's purpley. It's got a lot of tones in there, so I really am happy with how that turned out. So next time I talk to you, I will have this done. I will have this done, and I'm very, very excited about that. So I have one other project I wanted to talk to you about, one other whip, my Beauty and the Beast pullover. Now I have not worked on this, but I didn't show you last time, so I wanted to show you how the Mrs. Potts looks. I am so in love with this sweater. So here's my Mrs. Potts. Let's see if I can get a good one. So I enlarged her from the chart in the book. She was the same size as the little chip teacup. And while it's very cute, I wanted to have a bigger Mrs. Potts, so I pretty much doubled her. I just redid the chart. I doubled her size. The original in the chart, they just had a gold bottom. So I added the little footed bottom with a blue stripe and a pink stripe. And I am very pleased with her. And then I was hemming and hawing and hemming and hawing. I did a few plain rounds and thought and hemmed and hawed within myself about what I was going to do for the bottom of the sweater. Because I had several ideas. I was thinking about doing a lattice that was in that Beatrix Potter book. And I actually kind of swatched that. I did like a partial, I don't know. I just knit and back and forth a few rows until I had gotten a repeat done. And it just felt like it was too big. So I'm going to have to save that for something else. But I think I have finally decided what I'm going to do. And I am so excited about it. I need to do a little math. I kind of did some in my head. But I need to do a little math and make sure that it's right, because I don't know, I'm just a visual person. Maybe I need to like make a little chart and draw it or something. But I am going to do some little gold, like fleur-de-lis, you know, it'll be very similar to this. You see this little diamond here in between Lumiere. Well, inside the little diamond, there's just a blue stitch, 3 blue stitches, and a blue stitch all on top of each other, like a little diamond. And so if you took away the gold and just had the blue, or did the gold there, that's what I'm gonna do. And I did get an extra skein of this. This is what I'm knitting this in. It's Stroll Fingering Tonal, and this is the Poppy Field colorway. And it's a really pretty tonal gold. And this is my main color. This is also Stroll Fingering in the Orbit tonal colorway. So, because I just wanted more gold. You know, Beauty and the Beast it's blue and gold. Those are the colors of Beauty and the Beast because of Belle's dress and the Beast's, you know, fancy jacket. So that is what I'm going to do on the bottom. I'm really excited. There is one more chart on the pattern. Oh my goodness. Cat ahoy. Okay, this pattern is by Megan Reagan. It's in this book, Knitting with Disney. And as you can see, it's on the cover. And the sweater has another chart on it. It's this this rose. It's really pretty, but I don't think I'm going to use it, at least not right now. So you can see how little and tiny the Mrs. Potts are too. So that is what I'm going to do. And as soon as I get my wrap done and the Everywhere sweater, not that I won't work on this while I'm working on those. I think I will, but this is next on the like to be finished, definitely. I feel like I'm singing. I'm sitting on a pillow. Okay. So those are the things I'm working on. I have worked a little bit on my Redwall socks. I don't know if I worked on my other socks or not, but you know, those are just for when I don't have anything else to do, right? I do have a couple of gifts I forgot to talk about last time. First of all, these are the Devon Scissors with a green leather case or sleeve. I got these for Christmas from my husband. I asked for them. And so these are from Knitting McPurley's website. She probably has some left. She had several colors of these before. She had a yellow one and I think a pink one. And then she had this green one, and I knew when she had the green one I had to get it. So I am really happy with these. These are really nice little sharp scissors. Perfect for snipping your yarn. And I love it that they're in this case because it's just makes it a lot easier not to lose them, which I am a terrible loser of things. So I love those. And then also I got this beautiful book mug from my friend for Christmas, and they're all Beauty and the Beast themed books that says Beauty is Found Within and Tales of Enchantment. And it's so cute. And I think I'm going to put a plant in it because I just think that would be so adorable to have a little plant growing out of these books. So that is that. I feel like I'm forgetting something really basic. Oh, I know what it is. What I'm wearing. Okay. This is the Hopper cardigan by Amy Christophers. Is it Christophers? I think so. Or Christopher? No, I think it's Christophers. Anyway, this was from the book New American Knits, and which was all her patterns. And I knit this a long time ago, and I just felt like wearing it today. So it's really nice. It's got this one cable going down the side, and it kind of curves up into the shoulder, which is really nice. And I think I knit this in Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted. So, so I knit this in Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted in the color, I think Aurora Heather, I'm not sure. I knit the sleeves a little bit too long, and you know, actually they don't look too bad now. When I first knit them, they were really long, and I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but this seems to be okay now. I used to have to fold them over all the time. And then I wanted to use these vintagey buttons, which I really loved, but I only had 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I needed 8. So I just bought some other buttons from Hobby Lobby and alternated them. And I really, this is kind of a go-to everyday sweater. And So anyway, I thought I would share that with you. In the book New American Knits, which I don't own, I think I got it from the library. It's kind of on my, like, I would like to own this book someday. You know how it is. There's always a million of those. But all of the patterns in that book are named after artists, different artists, and I'm back. So this is my hopper cardigan. I was just saying that Amy Christophers in her book New American Knits took her inspiration from artists, and this was inspired by the art of Edward Hopper. And he painted one of my all-time favorite paintings, which was called Nighthawks. And I'll try to put a picture of, I feel like I've talked about this before, but if I haven't, that's one of my favorite paintings. And so and also the sweater in the book was green. And sometimes you just feel like, do I really like this sweater because it's beautiful, or do I like the color of the yarn it was knitted? So, but anyway, so I also knitted in green, and I really like it. So it's an old whip, and it's really a little bit big, but something that I would consider knitting again. Although it has set-in sleeves, and set-in sleeves are my least favorite kind of sleeve. They're just so much work, and don't always fit me very well, because the size I usually need to knit for my body and my arms does not correspond with my shoulder size. So I have small shoulders, and so I always find that set-in sleeves are almost always too big in the shoulder, because it should be right at the top of your shoulder, and it's always like an inch down. So my favorite sleeve type is probably the raglan sleeve. I find that fits me really well. So also really fun to knit. So I wanted to do two things now. I wanted to have a little book talk, very little, because I'm currently reading the Dorothy L. Sayers short story collection that I talked about in my last episode, and that's going really well. I'm into the Montague egg stories, and those are very, very cute and interesting, because I've never read them before, so that's always exciting. But I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about this book, The Hiding Place. Now this is an amazing true story about a woman who was in a concentration camp in World War II. And I got this out because in our homeschool group, someone's teaching a class on this book, and so I'm letting somebody borrow it. None of my kids are in the class, because both of the boys, it's more like for older kids, and both of the boys are in a continuing class that's continuing from last semester. But this is an amazing, amazing book. If you've never read it, I highly recommend it. It is, it's just, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know of any other firsthand accounts of the Holocaust and concentration camps and living through that. There aren't many. So I recommend you check this out. This is by Corrie ten Boom. I reread this about 1.5 years ago, before I started teaching my World War II class that I taught at our homeschool group. So that's that. And I was trying to decide what I should take for my reading when I go to the retreat, because I didn't think I wanted to take the Dorothy L. Sayers book, both because I might almost be done with it, and it's kind of a big book. So I was thinking, what is a small book I could take? And do you remember I talked about this, The Floating Admiral? This is a mystery book that's written by Agatha Christie, Dorothy L. Sayers, and G.K. Chesterton, and certain other members of the Detection Club. So they wrote this book together. So I thought, I haven't read this yet. I've been saving it. So I think I'm going to take it on my trip with me. And this is going to be my retreat reading. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, I'm going to do a little tiny shop news section. My yarn shop, Mystery Mouse Yarn Co. on Etsy, is on vacation right now, because I sent a lot of my yarn ahead for the vending at the retreat. So obviously, if someone ordered something, it would be really bad because I don't have it. But so I've been dyeing a lot of new yarn. for the retreat and for when I get back. And if it all sells out at the retreat, or you know, a lot of it sells out, I will be re-dyeing it. So I just wanted to show you a few of the things I have. I sent a lot of stuff ahead already, but I have two things that I can show you. This is a sock set that Mary requested, my daughter Mary, who is 9. She requested that I make a Paddington sock set. So this is a bear called Paddington, and it's a tonal brown with red splotches, and it's going to come with 2 minis, a blue for his duffel coat and a yellow. And I think this is going to be the cutest. This could be such cute socks or anything, but it's Paddington, bear called Paddington. And then I was trying to think of something springy that I could do that would be a good season ahead kind of thinking, because I have a really hard time with that. I prepare for things at the last second. That's just how it is. A lot of times the last second is the only second I have, so try not to beat myself up about it. But and also I do get overwhelmed about things, and then I put them off, and then I find out, oh, it wasn't so bad. And I shouldn't have done that. But I thought for spring to have a secret garden, a little secret garden collection. So this is going to be the secret garden, and it is a yellow-green. And on this end, the green is a little lighter, and there's some pink and blue speckles. And then I have this mini skein set. Looks like this. And these are all dyed. Let me show you. These are all dyed so that one end of the skein is one color and the other end of the skein is another color. So I think you would get some really nice, I don't know, I just think it would look really nice knit up in a shawl or something. So I'm going to put these together. You can buy them probably separately as a mini skein set or as just the secret garden, or you can buy them together as a shawl kit. And I would recommend the Lefty Shawl by Martina Baim. I've knit that before, and I'm thinking about knitting it again. It's a really fun knit, and that would be really, really good. I will be putting those up on the website, and also my Murder, She Wrote collection, which I'm very excited about. I've got several sock sets, some mini skein set, and some other stuff in the works. So I am really, really excited. I sent those all ahead already, and but those will be in the shop when I come back in February. So just keep your eyes open. The shop will reopen February 1st, and I'll put everything in there that I have left, and I will start dyeing some more of what I ran out of. So I hope that is interesting to you. And I think that's all I have for today. I'm trying to think of life stuff. There's always life stuff, and I can never think of what it actually is. There's always a lot going on. We're about to start our homeschool co-op again this Tuesday, and I'm teaching a class for little kids on Richard Scarry's book, What Do People Do All Day? And it's about jobs. So I think I'm going to be talking about different jobs and careers, and not just jobs and careers, but what people do spend their time on. So that should be interesting. And I'm sure knitting will make its way in there somewhere. So I guess I will see you again in a couple weeks, and I'm going to try to take some footage of the retreat this coming weekend so that you can tag along a little bit, and I hope I will see you soon. Bye.